Hi there. One of the most important pieces of evidence in a birth injury case is the fetal heart monitoring strip. Essentially, that is a chart that measures the mom's uterine contractions at the same time as the fetus's or the baby's heart rate. You'll see two discs that are placed on mom's belly. One measures the contractions, the other measures the fetal heart rate tones. And what they do is they chart along a long strip, and it shows how the heart rate is doing, and then also shows when the contractions are happening. These are very important measurements because it tells the doctors and the nurses exactly how much oxygen the baby is receiving. There are telltale signs that show the nurses and doctors that a baby is not receiving enough oxygen. For example, one is called a late deceleration. Late decelerations are when a baby's heart rate drops right after a uterine contraction. Essentially, the uterus contracts and then the baby's heart rate will go down right after. And you can see that right here on this diagram. If there are recurrent late decelerations like that, not at the time of contraction, not before the contraction, but actually right after the contraction, if there are recurrent, meaning more than two over and over again, that is a telltale sign that lack of oxygen is occurring and that something needs to happen. It doesn't necessarily mean a C-section has to happen, but some sort of repositioning of mom or giving her oxygen, something has to happen in order to see if it alleviates the oxygen levels in the baby. If the nurses or the doctors do not do this, and a C-section is not done timely, then a brain injury can occur. And that is because the oxygen is lacking to the baby's blood, and then the baby's brain does not receive that oxygen, and then the baby's brain tissue starts to die off because of a lack of oxygen. If your baby or a loved one's baby suffered a brain injury, and you believe that there were late decelerations on the fetal heart monitoring strip, then you may very well have a good birth injury case, in that you may have rights that you need to enforce. You need to speak to a birth injury lawyer about your rights. My name is Adam Funk. We do birth injury lawsuits, and I'd be happy to chat with you about your potential case.